Once upon a time, there was a sweet and kind little girl named Eliza who lived in a tiny apartment in Midtown Manhattan with her parents. Although they were poor, they were happy. Every day when Eliza got home from school, she helped her mother fix dinner and wash the dishes. She knew her mother was tired from her job as a maid. "Times are tough, Eliza," her mother would say. "We all have to chip in." Eliza's father owned a corner store that sold fake leather bags, sandals, snow globes, and even candles and matches. One day, her mother fell down at work and hit her head. At the hospital, the doctors did all they could, but she died. Eliza was heartbroken. To pay the hospital bill, her father sold the store. Shortly after, they were evicted from their apartment and left homeless, just as schools closed for winter break. Eliza's father packed some snow globes and a carton of matches to sell on the street. December is cold in New York City, even if you have a warm home. Eliza and her father walked up and down Broadway, trying to figure out what to do. They walked to Riverside Park and sat on a bench as they each ate a burger and fries for dinner. Eliza could not eat all her food, so she threw the leftovers into the Hudson River. Hungry fish rushed to the top and quickly ate the leftovers. After they finished, Eliza and her father walked to a nearby high-rise. Behind it, they found a boiler room big enough to sleep in. The boiler made the room nice and warm.
"We can stay here for a while,"
her father said. Daily, her father tried to sell their snow globes and matches to tourists. At lunchtime, they would go to Riverside Park, and each time Eliza threw her leftovers to the fish. One cold evening, her father returned sick. Unable to go to the hospital 3 days later, Eliza's father died during the night. Eliza sobbed all night long. In the morning, she took a carton of matches and went outside to sell it. The heavy door slammed shut behind her. Her fingers ached as she pushed, trying to open it with no success. Later,
"Matches for sale,"
Eliza chanted outside a restaurant.
"Sir, ma'am, would you like to buy some matches?"
Shoppers barely noticed her as they rushed with loads of presents.
Get out of my way.
Giving up, Eliza went to Riverside Park and sat on a bench. She began to cry, but her crying was interrupted by a question.
"Why are you crying?"
asked a voice.
"My father died and I'm hungry and cold,"
she said, wondering who asked the question. Not seeing anyone, she thought she was hearing things.
"I can help you,"
said the voice.
"Where are you?"
Eliza asked, confused.
"I'm here, in the river,"
answered the voice.
"I'm a fish."
Eliza was really confused this time.
"Fish can't talk,"
she said.
"I can,"
said the fish.
"I'm here to help you because when I was hungry, you fed me,"
he answered.
"Go to the corner of 97th Street and Broadway to sell your matches. Someone will come to help you."
"Thank you, Mr. Fish,"
she said, and ran to where he sent her. Time passed, but no one came. It was snowing and her snow-covered hair stuck to her face. Trembling, Eliza walked into an alley where she found an empty crate. She climbed in it and curled up. She took one match and lit it. She stared at it as it glowed against the white snow covering the ground. Her toes and fingers felt numb. She lit another match. In its bright glow, she saw a feast, rice with pigeon peas like her mother used to make, pink potato salad, tamales, pasteles, coquito, and pernil. At the center of the table was a bouquet of poinsettias. The match went out. Warmed by the vision, Eliza closed her eyes and fell asleep. She woke up to find a big white dog licking her face. She was scared at first, but then saw that he was friendly. She hugged him and felt warmer right away. A few minutes later, a white limousine drove up to the curb and stopped. A woman wearing a pink coat walked out of the limo and called the dog. "Rooster!" she yelled. The dog barked and wagged its tail. She walked over to them. "I see you found our friend," she said, petting the dog. "You are Eliza, right?" she asked. "Yes," answered Eliza, and asked, "How did you know my name?" Smiling at her, the lady answered, "A mutual friend told me. Your kindness is being repaid. Would you like to come home and live with us?" she asked. Brewster rubbed his fur against Eliza. Grinning, Eliza said, "Yes." From then on, she not only had a home, she had a special family who loved her, and they lived happily ever after.
The end.